M0FXB, welcome back to my videos on the ATS product. So there's a new one here called the ATS Decoder Mega. It has a larger screen, pretty much the same features with the new 4.2 firmware. So you got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and this is the instruction manual that was inside. So I've kept this one here just because it is the same, really, it's completely the same interface. They have packaged it in a much smaller sort of unit, I would say, but with a bigger screen, and that's got to be a plus. And it's still touchscreen. And the white, because if you look at the previous model, you get Wi-Fi antenna, then your normal antenna for RF. They just put them on top. Okay, so I took it out of the box for a couple of seconds, but not for long. So let's just oh yeah, and by the way, the manual is really good, really good. You can tell that. The company, what they called, it's written on the box, AMN Volt. I've put some work into that. It's the same manual, but they've converted all the language and everything. So let's get it out the box. It's a very basic box, of course, not much to write home about. I think if they included it in a little pouch, a little leather pouch, I think it would have been, it would have been better marketing for selling the product. But otherwise, Wi-Fi antenna, just here. Well, sort of digging in here. SMA, telescopic with a SMA already. No need for BNC adaptation because it's on the other model. It's BNC, and then you got a touch screen, and then the actual unit, which is really, it's a really nice size. This unit. Everything out of the box. Yes, you do have a USB cable, and it is USB interfaceable with your PC, as well as charging, of course. So that's handy. And you've got an on-off button here, 3.5 jack, speaker jack, small speaker, and the encoder, which has got push functions as well, but it is touch screen as well. 4,000 milliamp hour battery. They're saying that it does include the code for firmware updates, although it has been loaded with the latest firmware. So let's just push and hold that silver button. Like so. That turns it on. You'll see it says 4.2 Air Beta, which is the latest. I've got a feeling on that screen, whoa, that is a much bigger screen, big time. I'd say twice the size. And I know it's touch because I sort of tested it earlier and it was doing touch here. It's laid out, I suppose it is the same, but to make the screen bigger, I mean, look at the size of the frequency. They've had to jig and put some work into this. You can't just plug in the software and it just starts to instantly work with a much bigger screen. They've got to work it in. The manual, you can tell that they have worked at this product. So nice, and we do like these sort of alloy case speaker hole there on both sides. And on the back there, it doesn't look too hard to actually open this up, which of course I will, but not in this video. Just looks like 4 screws, 2 screws either side, possibly 4 at the front. So, oh yeah, it's lovely. It's definitely a really nice device. Let's add an antenna and just see what happens. But at the moment, I'm actually quite impressed with this whole design and with the price, because it's only, I think it was like 90. Mine was under £100, and the ATS 25s, the price of that has gone up now. So I think that's quite a good price. I'm going to just attach it to the front antenna nearest to us. I've got a feeling that's the RF one, and then we know that the back one is, yeah, it is straight away. Look, just screw that on there. Just get it on there while I faff. Trying to get away from the reflection because the screen's so big. So with the encoder, you just turn it. And we're changing the frequency. Press it. We've got volume. You've got this virtual encoder where you swipe up from the bottom, and it's a bit faffy, but it will do it. Anyway, I did it then. I poked it. So it basically does what the encoder does, but it does it on the screen. So tap once, volume, tap again, change right and left. If you press and hold, you get the fine tune look. See that? And if you don't use that encoder for a while, it will just vanish. So mode, of course. Let's see if we can get rid of the encoder a minute. I just turned it off and off. It was easier, on and off sort of thing. So let's grab my little Bluetooth speaker, turn it on, just see if this works. So it starts to flash, just a cheap Bluetooth speaker there. And then we're just going to tap Bluetooth and just see if it pairs. Did it come on? I didn't want to lock it. Okay. Let's tap, well, we've got Wi-Fi, that came on. Of course we need to pair. Nothing with Bluetooth yet. I didn't lock it, did I? Okay, we're not fully successful on that yet, but we'll come back to it. So mode, let's look at the different bands. So we go to band. And it's showing FM there and HF, all the HF bands. Okay, FM.
There's only so many rivers to go around.
That's your broadcast.
So what are the key innovations in this period? They're largely innovations that help us get around the land constraint. You just think about maybe watchmakers.
Okay, let's go back to
argue that
ham.
sources of inventiveness are
Back to 40. No activity. So when they're not too strong, if I press and hold, and obviously press the volume. It's a nice loudspeaker. Make sure that we're on LSB. We are. Probably a bit too loud. So you can tap the meter and that changes. Don't remember attenuating it, but you can hear people there. Let's go frequency, bandwidth, BFO, band, mute, volume, all touchscreen there, bandwidth. Let's go next. RDS for broadcast radio. What else we got? Light. It just says bright there. Oh, what did I do? I don't know what I did there. Did it turn it off? Info. So that's what we've got. ESP32. Wi-Fi. Not seeing anything about Bluetooth at the moment. FM retro style. Seen that before. Exit memories. Let's add. Give it a name. We now have a memory, as you can see. Rep CB 27155. Now, as far as I can see, that's AM, isn't it? It doesn't do FM. At the moment, I'm seeing AM for that. Okay. Right. How do we get out of that? EU CB. It did that. Yeah, it did change, but it's still AM. We need FM really, but anyway. How do we come out of that? Oh, it does have a sideband. At least we can do, that's good. At least we can get to, hopefully, the 10 meter band, maybe. What's the grid? Oh look, it's going up now. Now we're in the 10-meter band, so that's ham radio. Right, I'm not going to try to get out of that at the moment. Press CB, there you are. And then we'll go back to setup. Start looking at some of these menus. So we haven't added Wi-Fi yet. So we'll go... I'm going to add my Wi-Fi and see if it tries to update. It does say it comes with a key. So we'll just add my Wi-Fi and then we'll see if it asks for the update. Right, well I think we're connected. So it's exit all the way a minute. Yeah, green. So that's good. We've got the time because it's now connected to Wi-Fi. We've got the right time. We've got the right date. That's all looking great. Excellent. Update is available. Let's go yes. So I think it went from being the beta to the standard version. So it's let it do that. The mistake I always make, I always accidentally change language, so we'll let it do its thing a minute, but that's good, it's going well. Fast as well. Installation. It is very nice having that big screen, it really is. Rebooting. It's a nicer size to hold than the other one. The other one's more like a desktop. It said something about internet connection, but we've done that, so we just go next. Because it uses your internet. This is the mistake I made last time. Oh, hang on, I don't want Russian. There are. Make sure you do English. And I'm just going to push region. What are we? I would say 2. What's that? I'm just going to click OK for now, but I think I've accidentally done Russian. Maybe I should have done the firmware at the end, but don't worry, don't worry. Okay, just agree. Right, here we go, menu. Next. Setup. If that's all in Russian, no, it is. But anyway, don't worry, because I'm gonna change that in another video. I know how to do that. So just go flick through. Just wondering in RDS if there's a Bluetooth one there, because I noticed that the Bluetooth wasn't working. I can hear FT8 there. So let me get the language back. I know how to do it. I might even make another video doing that. But as an oh, that looked like Bluetooth. It's a guess mind. I'm not sure if this one's got the Bluetooth model. Reset save. That's your unboxing for now. More videos to come. Testing out what it actually receives like. But as a unit, completely happy with it. And remember your Wi-Fi antenna just screws in here, so maybe that was, do you know, even without the antenna, did you remember it was it loaded that firmware really fast. What I'll do, I'll follow up with a video now just changing the language back. I have made one already, but we're going to make another. Bye for now. Unboxing the ATS Decoder Mega. Seems really good.